On this episode of the Third and Thirsty podcast, Philip Rivers retires. Training camp is finally here. ESPN releases its roster rankings. And NFL.com finally releases some record predictions for the AFC West. We react to all of it now. Let's go. Welcome into the Third and Thirsty podcast, your one-pot stop for Broncos, Chargers, Raiders, Kansas City referee, and Taylor Swift free AFC West banter. I'm Alex Bell, Denver Bronco fan, witness of 3 Super Bowls. To my left, I have Omar Rubio, Charger fan, witness to 0 Super Bowls. We're missing our Raider counterpart today, Edgar Larios. He has been alive for and witness to 0 Super Bowls and not here to defend himself for all the Raider slander that's coming our ways today.
You mean his way?
His way.
And it will be coming because he's not here to defend himself.
Yeah, it's coming today for sure. So we're finally here. Training camp has started for almost all 32 teams. There's a couple that are waiting until tomorrow, but football season is close. We're in a restaurant, we're sitting at the bar having a cocktail waiting to go to our table. We're getting close. We can smell the food. We can smell football. It's been a long time.
I don't know about you, but I'm already getting my appetizer brought to me. You know, the Chargers got to start a week early.
Man, that's true.
We're already today. We were in pads, so we were click-clacking today.
Yep, Broncos showed up today to do some media stuff, but I guess the Chargers are. Everyone else is just having a beer or a cocktail, and Edgar's over there crushing some shrimp. Getting close. So close we can almost taste it. So getting into a couple of things here today. Let's start with Philip Rivers. Finally, or he announced his retirement day or two ago.
Yeah, it was while coming. I think he was maybe just waiting for maybe that last call.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which, hey, it's from the sounds of it, it almost came from Shanahan from the 49ers.
Really?
In that Super Bowl run. That I guess if they would have made it to the Super Bowl, did they make it or did they lose in that Super Bowl? Right, they lost in it. So they, I guess, if their quarterback at that moment would have not been able to make it or whatever.
You're talking about the year where in the NFC
got hurt and their backup got hurt, and they went
and then
like
the third string got hurt. Yeah,
so
it was a mess.
I guess they had reached out to Philip Rivers and they had kind of an agreement that if
that was still
something
years
happened, like 3 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, 2-3 years ago. So, but I mean, hey, that shows the competitor he is, that he was still holding on to that hope that he would get that phone call and try to come back and play one more year, one more run at it, wherever that may have been.
He could have played for the Raiders last year. I'm sure he would have been a lot better than Minshew.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have wanted to go to a team where he had no shot of making even the playoffs.
That's true. And they didn't have a shot. But that's hard to find a team that's only missing a quarterback. The Broncos thought that a couple years ago when they brought in Russell Wilson, and they proved that they were not just a quarterback away.
Yeah. But just real quick, just wanted to bring up some of his numbers. He was a career 421 passing TDs. He had 63,440 yards. I say one of the top 20 quarterbacks of all time. Just numbers wise, he was the league's Iron Man for a while there. Played through a torn ACL in the playoffs. I mean, at that point, he was just giving it his all. Might have not been, definitely was not 100%. Might have hindered the team, but that just showed heart. And that's one thing that he never lacked was heart. And all the shit talking with no cuss words.
He was the king of that for sure.
Yes, for sure.
We'll definitely never see another one like Philip Rivers in that sense.
Definitely. Just like my honestly all-time favorite player, just because, like I said, grew up in the early 2000s, started watching. So I started watching when Drew Brees was still the quarterback, knew about the past quarterbacks like Dan Fouts, but once Philip Rivers took the reins, it was my childhood growing up watching him and growing with him. And he, like I said, what was it, 15 years almost in the league with the Chargers. Did one more year with the Colts there at the end, which he even took them to the playoffs. But yeah, Philip Rivers, one of the most stand-up guys that's ever come out of the NFL. Still a stand-up guy, still coaching his kids, and will one day be coaching his grandkids. Who, because God knows he's gonna have like 100 of them. Got like 12 kids.
Mm-hmm.
But Philip Rivers,
Be able to put a whole field together.
Philip Rivers, this one's you, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Cheers.
Miss rooting against Philip Rivers. There's not a lot of guys in the AFC West like Philip Rivers now where like you enjoy rooting against them. Because they rub you the wrong way on the field. But at the end of the day, good guy. Lots of kids with his wife, religious man, stand-up dude. So it's hard to find guys like him. I do miss Philip Rivers for sure. God, he last played in 2020, right? I think that was his last year. No,
21.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
So 21. So in other news, Terrell Davis just announced that he's going to retire as a Bronco. When I saw he was retiring as a Charger, I was like,
well, he had
I was like, I could swear he hasn't played in years.
Yeah, he there was a little bit of a rift between him and the ownership. Well, the team kind of just like from one year to another, kind of just all right, shooing him away because they wanted to change direction. So I'm glad they kind of patched things over. He's retiring as a Charger. Who knows if he's going to go in the Hall of Fame? He's borderline, I feel, Hall of Fame quarterback.
Always a good debate.
Yeah, he's right up there numbers wise with everybody except for championships. He's got playoff wins. He just doesn't have the championships.
It's crazy. In a couple of days, we're going to be talking about Justin Herbert in the same exact way.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Do not think so.
But at the end of the day, great career, Philip Rivers. If you're listening, shout out to you, man. It was a pretty cool video they put together for him too.
Yeah, I liked how they brought his O-line in.
Yeah, that was dope.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Okay, well, training camp starts for the Broncos today. Technically, we're filming on Tuesday the 22nd. Broncos showed up. Not a whole lot going on. I think they got some conditioning in, some weight training. A couple of people talking to the media, did media speak for players. A lot of positive things to say, but not a whole lot going on. Chargers been at camp for a week now,
Yeah,
relatively
about a week.
Yeah,
maybe a little less. I think they reported last Wednesday. So rookies reported like Monday or Tuesday. So today they were in pads, but I mean, to expect, the defense always has the upper hand right away. It's more of a read and react. Offense still has to gel together, get their timing. There was some positives with Aronde Gadsden just making a couple plays here and there. Defensively, like I said, there's a couple picks, but that's just it's expected that the defenses are going to have an upper hand at this time of the year.
Yeah, it's typically the case. Not just for every team with the defense having the upper hand at the beginning, but especially the Chargers, knowing that Justin Herbert is going to be on their team. So he starts slow and he ends slow. Really bad in training camp, also really bad in the playoffs. It's going to be a continued theme throughout his career again. So
says the hater on the right today because we got a dog in the middle. So it's the hater on the right today.
Yeah, I'm usually in the middle, but we got Sadie repping the middle for us today. Anything else going on in training camp that's been halfway interesting at this point? If they just got pads on today, I'm sure it's just starting to tick up.
No, I mean, like most other teams, signed our second round draft pick, Trey Harris. He's already making some plays in camp. Besides that, just the camp battle of the center position. It's not really a battle. It's the center from last year, Bozeman, versus the left guard from last year, Zion. And basically whoever loses just switches over to left guard, which is, I don't know. Wish they would have brought in a little more competition at one of those positions just to push either one of those guys instead of just like, at least if I don't win this position, I fall back and win the other one.
Right, especially how they were up the middle last year.
Yeah, especially that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we got about 9-10 days till our first game, so I'm excited for that.
Hey, man. It's
Yeah,
getting close.
yeah. I don't care if
Getting
it's like
close.
third stringers, fourth stringers, guys that are going to probably be working at a convenience store at the end after that game. Does not matter to me. I'm excited to see football. I'm excited to see all the action, what little there may be, but I'm excited.
Yep. Yeah. Give me anything football related at this point.
Yeah.
NFL related. I'm not watching the UFL or whatever those other leagues are. But man, what I wouldn't do for a Jets Jaguars Thursday night game at this point. What I wouldn't do, man.
Yeah.
So let's see here.
Oh well, I mean, even
Oh.
before the training camp started, 2 days before, Chargers released new uniforms.
Yep, we were just getting to that. Yeah, jerseys,
Yeah. Yep.
new uniforms. They nailed it again. That's
Yeah.
something the Chargers do pretty well.
Yeah, they went with the old school,
Mm-hmm.
older school, late 90s, early 2000s, navies. They brought those back. I love them. I already ordered one. Ordered a Derwin James Jr.
Oh, you ordered one already?
Ordered a Derwin James
Nice,
Jr.
dude.
Got my
yeah.
son Nico a Herbert one. He was in need of a new one, growing out of his old one. So
Nice.
it's they're already en route. So
Sweet.
hopefully, game one of the year, we're going to be at our golf trip, taking that bad boy with me.
Oh,
Wherever we're going, that's what I'm wearing.
up in Monterey. Anybody that's in Monterey and has recommendations on a place to watch a football game, hit the comment section. We got a couple comments on the last YouTube video. Anyone that leaves a comment, really appreciate it. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow us on Instagram, Third and Thirsty Podcast. Shout out to everybody that's following us on there and leaving comments on posts and stories and reaching out to us. It's a really cool part about doing this for sure. Interacting with other passionate fans, even if they're Raiders or Charger fans. Still a lot of fun. So
And it's all fun and games. We're all just here to have a good time.
yeah, for sure.
Not trying to offend anybody. And if you do,
Yeah.
we'll suck it.
Maybe you pissed me off enough, and I've had enough beers. I'm coming for your throat. But no, we have a good time. Like we said before in another podcast, neither of us pretend to be football experts. We're just here to have a good time, talk a little shit about our three teams, and make things a little bit more interesting for the season. So if you don't follow us on Instagram, follow us again, Third and Thirsty Podcast. Like, subscribe on YouTube.
Yep. We post pretty regularly.
Yeah, got some memes up there now. So fire memes, drones.
Drowns.
Yeah, those jerseys were sick. Again,
Yeah.
those what the Chargers do best is hype videos, schedule release videos, and uniforms. I like that meme that was going around that had all the other three AFC West teams' Super Bowl numbers and then 6 alternative jerseys for the Chargers. No Super Bowl wins. So
Hey, they got that gold jersey. Maybe that'll lead to a gold ring. Hey.
yeah, I don't know if that's really the best way to go about it.
Not really a fan of the gold jerseys though.
Yeah, those
It
weren't
wasn't my favorite.
those weren't as tight.
Luckily, I think they're only wearing them maybe once this year.
Those
So,
look like a wear once jersey. Like,
yeah.
they used to
yeah.
do the color rush for every team. I don't know if they do. Excuse me. I don't know if they do that anymore.
They ditched the color rush, the royal blues, to go with either one of these next year. I wish they would have just kind of redesigned the royals and thrown maybe a little more of that gold in there.
Yeah.
But hey, I guess they want to go with those two, powder blue and the gold, as their mains. So
Be really sick if at some point, either week 3 or week 18, when the Broncos Chargers play, if both of them wear their throwback jerseys, that would be sick. I
yeah,
don't know if it's going to happen, but it would be pretty dope. Because
Yeah.
did they do an alternative road jersey, the throwbacks, or are they only doing the home?
I think they changed something. They have the whites. I mean, they have the roads are going to be the
alternative white.
Alternative.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they could both wear them on the same game, that'd be sick.
Or even that, the Chargers can go with the the navies with the white pants,
Mm-hmm.
and that would fit too.
Yeah.
And I like how they went with the navy helmet too.
Yeah. The
That
helmets
the
were
matching
sick.
that was dope.
Yeah. The helmets were really dope. Yep. Again, Chargers nailed it. They're really good at jerseys and hype videos, nothing else.
At least we look good.
Yeah. They'll look really good while Justin Herbert lights it up in the regular season and then fall
Hey,
apart in the off season.
he's in Darth Vader mode now.
I don't know what that means.
He's wearing contact lenses, like UAV contact lenses for
Oh, for the sun.
the sun.
Okay.
Because he's tried wearing the visor, didn't like it, got foggy, constantly having to wipe it. So doctor prescribed or approved red contact lenses. So a little Anakin Skywalker going on there.
Nice. I wish I could make a Star Wars reference that would have something to do with him losing the playoffs, but I don't know shit about Star Wars. So yeah, well, I don't know. I'm drawing nothing. So
Stumped him. Got him.
let's see here. So we did jerseys. Want to get into the ESPN roster rankings?
Yeah. Pretty upsetting.
Yeah, I imagine it's pretty upsetting for Charger fans, but a good reality check that you're way behind the Broncos. So the first 4 or 5 teams probably aren't going to surprise anybody. ESPN released these a couple of days ago. 1 Baltimore, 2 Philly, 3 Detroit, 4 Buffalo, 5 Kansas City, and then all the way up to 6, coming all the way up from 30 last year, is the Denver Broncos. Which, looking at this list, I think they're right. Right behind them, the Commanders, Rams, Bengals, which shows how much talent they have on offense because that defense is nothing, especially if Hendrickson doesn't play this year. And then 10, the 49ers, which, they had a lot of injuries last year.
But they lost a lot of players too, so I don't know, that's questionable to me.
They
I
did.
saw that.
And that's a good transition back to my Broncos because 2 of them went over to Denver, and Hufanga and Greenlaw, who both didn't play much last year, but really improving the roster. They have for each team, they do a biggest strength, biggest weakness, and X factor, and it's a non-starter to know. So biggest strength, they did the offensive line. That's pretty hard to argue with, especially in today's NFL. Obviously, you need a strong line. You look at the Eagles last year. They go out and win the Super Bowl with the best line in the league. The Broncos' offensive line is no different. Bowles has been there forever. Powers, Wattenberg played really well at center. Miners and McGlinchey led the league in both pass block win rate and then rush block win rate, even though their running backs were terrible. They list biggest weakness at wide receiver, which I guess on paper is probably hard to argue with. But I think at the end of the year, they'll definitely have a couple players on that list that's going to bump them up from where they are now. Just like last year when looking at the roster, it didn't have a lot of guys that stood out. With that wide receiver room, I think we've talked about it before, someone's going to come up and have a big year. X factor is a wide receiver, Marvin Mims. Definitely agree with that. Yeah, I might even go with one of the corners. If Barron or Riley Moss steps up and becomes...
Yeah, it's tough to believe Marvin Mims is the X factor.
No, they make a good case for it, and it makes sense.
Expecting him to make a big leap. I mean...
Well, X factor is pretty much what determines the season for a team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he's one to depend on to make your season jump from one level to another.
Well, I get their argument. If Marvin Mims turns into a really solid wide receiver too, almost like a T. Higgins. You got Cortland Sutton having a big year. Evan Ingram, don't forget about Evan Ingram.
Yeah, but that's a big
and Marvin Mims.
T. Higgins.
Yes, that's why it's an X factor, because if he makes that jump, it makes a big difference for the team.
And he's going into year 3?
Year 3.
Yeah.
He played really well at the end of last year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe if he's not doing kick returns, right?
He is. And he will be because he's
the kick returner? Okay.
Yeah, he's first team All-Pro, so it's hard to take him out of that role.
Yeah, that's true. That's just a little added wear and tear. A couple of those big hits, you never know.
Yeah. No, luckily he's held up really well.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying that's
Mhm.
just for him to be your number two and your punt returner or kick returner. Sorry, that's a little sketchy. Just you never know; those big hits can come, and
It's a lot to ask for. He's a smaller guy, so
yeah,
it's a valid concern for
yeah,
sure. Um, yeah, if I had to go with the X factor, I'd say one of the corners, Riley Moss or Sade Barron. If one of those guys step up and become, a real lockdown corner across from Pat Surtain, quarterbacks are really going to have a hard time deciding where to put that ball. Um, and it's definitely not going to be PS2. So you're getting locked down either way if one of those guys really step up and become a player like that.
yeah. I mean, the more I think about it, I think it would be more of like a Jade Baron, just because you know what you're getting from PS2. And Riley Moss was good while he was out there.
And
But
not hurt.
Jade just is like you said. He plays inside, outside. You don't consider him just a single position player.
Right.
He can move around,
Yeah, he'll be all over the place this
and
year.
so I feel like that's the more I think about it, and I've been thinking about it for the last couple of days. That I feel like the Jade Baron was a direct move of like, wow, Lad McConkey's a really good slot receiver. We need a slot. We need a guy that can cover him. We have the outside cover, and if he's the only guy that can beat us, and we're having to face him twice, let's just draft somebody that can cover him. Hopefully,
I don't know if that's really the
hopefully.
Broncos' mentality when they're in the draft room and they saw him fall there.
No, but I'm saying that could have clicked right away and said like, yes, we need this right away. We need somebody like this to not just Lad, but like we already have the outside covered. That just like to me, Lad, because he's a Charger, obviously. But
Yeah, but
we have the outside covered, and if we can lock down the slot, then there's like you said, there's nowhere you can go.
no doubt. No doubt. That's a good point. But if there's someone that's playing in the slot like Lad McConkey, and he's the main target because who the hell else are the Chargers going to throw to this year, especially since Mike Williams retired?
Oh yeah, we didn't even mention that.
No, we haven't talked about Mike Williams yet.
Yeah,
But I'm put PS2 on Lad McConkey, and Lad McConkey's not doing shit for the rest of the game. So PS2, he's real versatile in doing that. He locked down Bowers, he locked down everyone last year. So yeah, you want to give some 2 cents to Mike Williams?
yeah, yeah. Mike Williams, Mike Dub. Sorry to see him go the way he went. Sorry to see his body, just not being able to keep up with the rigorous life of being an NFL player, which is probably the toughest thing there is to do in the world, is get hit by somebody twice your size. Maybe not quite twice, but you know what I mean. Somebody that's you're going up and catching something. Somebody's trying to take you out. That's probably one of the hardest things to do. Put your body on the line, and that's what he was a 50-50 ball guy, one-on-one, throw the ball up, and it wasn't 50-50. It was more of 65-35. Mike's coming down with that ball.
Yeah.
A lot of the times he came down, like we said, put his body on the line, would get hurt, but I got to give him that much. He never eased up, give it his all. Had a couple good seasons there with the Chargers. Got himself a second contract. Didn't see it all the way through, but always remember him as being a Chiefs killer. Had a lot of good games against the Chiefs. A lot of big catches. So I'm sad to see him go. Was excited to see him come back, but it just didn't work out for him. Work out for the Chargers, and hopefully, it works out for him and his family from here on out.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely was a solid player. As a Bronco fan, not terribly sad to see him leave. It sucks that he's leaving because injuries. Don't wish that on anybody. But yeah, I mean that wide receiver room that looked pretty crummy going into this year looks even worse.
Yeah, I mean, luckily the Chargers got a head start on training camp, so they're able to see what they have in house before anybody else gets to see their own in house people. So if there is any cuts or guys that are out there still as free agents, they might have a better idea of what they have in house before they can go out and look elsewhere.
Yeah,
there is a couple guys out there. Obviously, you're going to hear me calling for it, and most other Chargers fans calling for it. This is a Keenan Allen, just because he has that rapport with Justin Herbert, but the fit's not quite there. We already have a slot receiver, which is
Right.
what Keenan Allen mainly does. Yes, he can play on the outside, but he's not that prototypical X receiver that the Chargers more have a more need of that.
Big time.
They need a guy that can win on the outside one on one, go and get those 50-50 balls, go and get those deep fades, things like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, more of like a Amari Cooper would fit that role, just a bigger body.
That's right. He's still out there.
Yeah, Gabe Davis. Chargers have decent amount of money left, but I mean, a 1 year deal with for somebody that's waiting this long, they're not going to give up a lot of money.
No.
It's going to be veteran minimum.
Bring in Gabe Davis, man.
Yeah.
He's just not.
Yeah, I mean, those are just the big names out there.
Right.
Know. There still could be a couple cuts here and there.
There probably
the
will be.
Chargers could take advantage of. But yeah, I just think Keenan Allen would make sense just because of the rapport with Justin Herbert. He can play on the outside. Right. You can talk him into maybe coming in and at a lesser role, maybe not a starter, just filling in, but still getting plenty of snaps. So that's the only reason. And I don't honestly see it happening, even though as much as I would love to see it, I don't see it happening just because of the need.
Yeah, it was kind of like when I was looking at Von Miller for the Broncos. Would have been nice to see him come back, but it just wasn't a fit.
Yeah, then you're taking away snaps from what's his name? Benito
Cooper, Jonah Ellis.
Yep. I mean, you're taking snaps away from them.
Stacked.
You're trying to appease Von Miller.
Yeah, they weren't doing that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. You would have to do that to be able to bring him in. So
while you were talking there, I went into Google and looked up wide receiver free agents still available. All the talk about AI, still a little ways to go. So they have Amari Cooper, Keenan Allen, Gabe Davis.
Who I mentioned.
Yeah.
Listen to me.
Number 4 and 5, Stephon Diggs and Devontae Adams.
Okay, yeah. Takes a while. AI, it takes a while.
Yeah.
You need to step up your game.
Yeah. Speaking of AI in football, a couple weeks ago when we were talking about Aqib Talib, I put him in there looking up something, and one of his career highlights, according to Grok, was that he had a pick six in Super Bowl 50 that turned around the game. And I was like, oh, fuck, I don't remember that. He did not.
No.
So it just makes up like random giant plays that never happened. So
yeah.
A little ways to go. Anyways, yeah, Keenan Allen, if you're listening, or not Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, if you're listening, good career, best to you for sure.
Cheers.
Let's see here. Oh, let's get back to the ESPN rankings. Went over the Broncos. We'll cover the Raiders real quick since Edgar's not here.
No need to.
Yeah, I mean, they're all the way down at 23. And
that even surprised me. Maybe the coach gave him like a 5-spot jump.
A little high for him. Just behind juggernauts like the Patriots and the Jaguars. Just in front of the Miami Dolphins. So,
and even then, I feel like the Miami Dolphins have a better roster. Top end roster.
Top end.
Yeah, top end. Their top end guys are better, and then the rest of the roster is just dog stuff.
I don't know. Well, Tua versus Geno. It's kind of a push just because you could count on Geno.
Yeah, but the receivers are definitely, and even that you could count
wide
receivers and tight ends. You can count them like all together, and you could say that's a wash almost.
I don't know, man. The Dolphins do have Darren Waller as their starting tight end.
And you know what he's done with the Raiders.
Yeah. But you also know how he's a rapper now. Yeah, I mean Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill.
As much as you hate his character, do not say hate. Do not like his character.
No, I hate Tyreek Hill.
He's still a good receiver. You can't hate on
I don't know, man.
the receiving
I
number.
think he's falling off a cliff. With that speed, once that speed goes, what's Tyreek Hill?
He still has the speed though.
Yeah.
He who did he have thrown to him last year for
No,
three
no,
quarters of
no
the
doubt. I'm not
season?
saying he's lost it.
I don't
I'm
think he's
saying
lost it yet. Yet.
there'll be one year where Tyreek
Oh yeah,
Hill just
definitely,
falls off a cliff.
definitely. Once speed goes, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's not coming back.
And
But I
he'll
don't
be
think
in
it's happened
prison
yet.
2 years later. Mark my words.
I don't think it's happened yet.
Allegedly. So let's get back to the Chargers. You're not going to be happy with where they put them.
Yeah, not at all.
We'll
Not at all.
go through some other teams that are in front of them. We went through the top 10. So 11, the Vikings, 12 Bucks, 13 Texans, 14 Packers, 15 Bears, who they do have some pretty solid skill players.
Yeah, it showed last year.
Yeah, no, they were a disaster last year.
Exactly.
And then 16 Chargers.
Yeah, I mean the Chargers don't have the top end talent like they used to. Like, they used to have highest played safety, highest paid edge rusher, highest paid quarterback, highest paid everything, but they're spreading that money around. They have depth, which is what I've been clamoring for years because those top end players get hurt. What do you have?
Especially when you're the Chargers.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying, what do you have? Everybody gets hurt, but what do you have behind them? You don't even have a competent guy that can give you league average at the minimum play. You have bottom end talents. If you go from like a grade of A to F, you're going from A. When you lose that A player, you're going to like a D minus.
Yeah, it was pretty big.
It's a pretty big jump. You're not even going to like a C player who can hold up 75% of the time. You're just losing every play if you're going down to that D minus.
Fair. So your argument now is
we have a lot of B's and C's. We have a couple A's sprinkled in, a lot of B's and C's, not as many D's and F's. So I feel like we're more middle of the pack as far as depth, but and I think that's going to help us in the long run because everybody's going to have injuries. Everybody has injuries, and you're not going to have as big of a drop off. You're going to be able to push through. Maybe if you have an injury here and there, you'll be able to push through that injury for that position group.
Yeah, fair enough. They list biggest strength as offensive tackle. Agree?
Definitely,
Yeah.
that is their best position besides
Slater and all. Yeah.
Besides quarterback.
No, I think their tackles are better than the quarterback.
Says you.
And ESPN apparently. Biggest weakness interior defensive line.
That's what we thought coming into last year, but we had a guy come in out of nowhere because he was literally came out of nowhere. He got lost in the shuffle with the Bills' interior defensive line, Puna Ford, and he played his way into a big contract with the Rams, I believe. And we're hoping we do the same thing this year. Like I said, we have a lot of depth. We don't have just like 2-3 guys that we're expecting to play. We have no idea who's going to be playing. You're going to get Tier Tart, who's one of the main guys last year. He's going to expect to have a bigger role. You brought in Jamari Caldwell in your third round.
Third rounder, Jamari
Third
Caldwell.
rounder.
And then you have Naquan Jones.
Naquan Jones, Deshaun Hand. So there's, and they're all, if you look at their size, they're all huge. They don't have small guys. They don't have those quick, twitchy guys on the interior line that are just coming in to get a sack. No, everybody's big. You're not going to be able to run on these guys like you used to be able to run on the Chargers in the past. They're really beefed up, and that's why I like that their interior this year for them. It may be a weak spot that people think about just because there's no household names. There's nobody that really pops, but I feel like everybody's just going to be all around solid. Nobody's going to be top end. They're just going to be solid. They're going to be a solid defensive interior line. They're not going to get ran over like they used to. They might not get any sacks like you would with
the Broncos.
I guess.
Led the league in sacks last year.
And the interior.
Just the entire defense.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah.
Zach Allen
No,
was right
all
up there.
our sacks are going to come from the outside, definitely.
Well, Zach Allen had quite a few.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
DJ
As far as the interior, we're not going to get a lot of sacks, but we are not going to give up a lot of yardage on the ground.
Fair enough. X Factor, cornerbacks, Cam Hart, Tarheeb Steele, and Dante Jackson. They went 3 of your boys.
Well, it's because the first 2, Tarheeb Steele and Cam Hart, were 2 fifth-round rookies last year. They came out of nowhere. I've talked about them on the pod before. They were awesome.
Shout out to anybody that listened to any of our previous episodes coming back. Big shout out to you. Thank you.
Definitely. But yeah, I've talked about them before. They came out of nowhere last year, 5th-round rookies, both of them. And they were a godsend, honestly. Without them, honestly, without 2 5th-round rookies that came in and started and played great, we wouldn't have had the season we did last year as a playoff team, making it to the playoffs like that. This year, they're going to have a lot more on their shoulders. So I do get that that's why they are the X Factor. If they play like they did last year or better, then I see us having a great year. If they take a step back, people start exploiting them, then we could be having a rough year.
Yes.
Because everybody else, all the other position groups, I feel like is decent depth, decent experience. But then you get to our cornerbacks. We have a lot of youth, a couple veterans that they brought in who are new to the system. So even then, you can't rely on those veterans just because they're new. So it is going to be nervous for me to see out there first couple games, see what they do, see what they look like. Hopefully they get some run in the preseason, at least get their feet wet. And
yeah, well, it'll be a tough test. First game against the Chiefs.
Yep.
Not too tough with the Raiders, and then another tough test with the Broncos. Bo Nix coming into town to dice them up. So let's get into NFL.com released their AFC West record predictions. A couple of their beat writers on their YouTube video today. If you had a chance to check it out, it's a pretty cool video. They do a pretty good job. They always do a really good job.
If they were the Chargers social media team, they would have done a better job.
Sure. Yeah, NFL.com and the Chargers, both really good at making videos and not winning Super Bowls. So let's see here. 4 of the writers left their predictions on that video. Eric Edholm, Grant Gordon, Nick Shook, and Marcus Grant. Shout out to you guys if you're listening. Eric Edholm, all of them had the Chiefs win the division again, which is disappointing. But kind of right on par, I guess, right?
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of expect it. Eric Edholm, Chiefs 11-6, Broncos 10-7, Chargers 9-8, Raiders 7-10. Wouldn't be surprised, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you could definitely go with that. I see the Raiders being around 7 wins. Grant Gordon.
That'd be top end for me for the Raiders.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like their ceiling too.
Yeah.
Grant Gordon, Chiefs 13-4, Chargers 9-8, Broncos 7-10, along with the Raiders. Grant Gordon, you're fucking tripping. Broncos are not winning 7 games this year. Anytime you want to come on the pod and explain why, you're welcome. Maybe we'll reach out.
Debate you like no other. No,
you could explain to us why you think the Broncos are going to only win 7 games. So both of these guys only have the Chargers winning 9.
Yeah, I saw most of them. There was only, I think, one that had the Chargers winning double digits. Everybody else had them winning like 7 or 9 games, something like that.
This is
crazy.
The guy Nick Shook. He has the Chiefs going 13-4, Chargers 12-5, Broncos 11-6. So he definitely has 3 AFC West teams going to the playoffs again. Raiders 8-9. Oh.
I don't see how these many teams are winning in the same division, winning that many games.
Yeah, no. Looking at it again here, I mean, all of these teams must do really well outside their division.
Yeah, it must be going like undefeated outside the division.
And then splitting all their games in the division.
Yeah.
And then the guy that I thought had it right, Marcus Grant, um, had the Chiefs either 13-4 or 12-5. I'll have to go back and look. Broncos 12-5, Chargers 9-8, and the Raiders all the way down at 3-14.
As
3 wins
much
for
as
the
I hate the Raiders
yeah.
and want them to lose every game, I think they'll win more than 3 games.
Yeah, 3 wins is pretty tough. Them going backwards with Pete Carroll after having Antonio Pierce and
And having a
quarterback.
good draft. Honestly,
Good draft
having a good draft.
and a relatively okay offseason. I mean, they brought in a quarterback that's at least decent and competent.
Competent, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it would be really tough to see them losing more games this year than they did
But
last
they
year.
their defense is just so inexperienced,
They've
so
got some
young,
trouble,
so
especially in the
shitty.
secondary and the corner.
Yeah, they're gonna have a lot. Yeah, their defense is gonna play through their defensive line. If their defensive line has a good game, their defense is gonna do okay. If their defensive line has an okay game,
Mm-hmm.
their defense is gonna have a bad game.
Yeah, and I mean they've got Christian Wilkins, who's they don't even know when he's coming
if
back.
he's gonna play, yeah.
And I was listening to John Middlecoff. Shout out to John Middlecoff if you're listening. He was saying that he's hearing that people in the Raider organization, they don't even know if he's ever going to be the same. Which, damn, that sucks. As much as I don't like the Raiders, I hate to see that happen to somebody. So that's a big hole after they give him a big contract last
Well, it's
year.
the same situation as the J.C. Jackson with the Chargers.
Hmm.
That's what I'm saying. I wish there was. I mean, guys, it is what it is because they decide what part of their contract is guaranteed, what isn't.
Yeah.
Wish there was a way that they could kind of just mitigate that and say like, all right, this guy's shitty. We're only going to pay him this much, and I don't know, give us our salary cap back so we can go and make our team competitive. But
Yeah.
I guess that's the deal you make with the devil.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't want to hear anything about that with the Broncos having the biggest dead cap hit ever
Yeah.
with Russ.
Yeah.
It's just the way football goes. Taking some big swings and having
Big
to pay.
misses.
Yeah, big
Huge
misses.
misses. We've all had our share in that.
Yeah.
At least our teams.
So with all of those, I'm rocking with my boy Marcus Grant. He had the Chiefs at 12-5 along with the Broncos. So I don't know who he has winning the division through.
I think it was still the Chiefs.
Well, it didn't say on there. At least I
No, it
didn't see. I don't know who he has winning through tiebreakers.
Oh.
So it would be head to head. Obviously, I imagine he has them splitting. So it would be the division record that comes into play after that. So, hey, same record as the Chiefs, 12-5. We'll do our final record predictions closer to the season.
Yeah.
We did one when the schedule came out, but after we see our teams do go through training camp and then preseason, final rosters come together.
Right before the season starts, we'll put our final prediction out there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was fun. Those record predictions are finally starting to come out. Starting to see what national media starts to think about our teams. Pretty mixed bag with the Broncos and the Chargers.
I feel like it was more down on the Chargers than anything. There was one.
Well, you didn't have a guy having them winning only 7 games like Grant Gordon.
But yeah, I feel like the Chargers will be right around 10 wins, plus or minus.
Yeah. That's when their over-under is right around there. Right?
Yeah. Around 10 wins. It's a tough schedule. A lot of unknowns, new guys, new players that the regime's bringing in that they see that fit their scheme a little bit better. So, yeah, we'll see if that comes to fruition.
Yeah, we'll see. Getting close to the season starting, we'll go through the schedules again and do our final predictions. So on Instagram, shout out to, again, anybody that's following us, Third and Thirsty Podcast. Shout out to anybody on YouTube if you're still making it through this video. Big shout out to you. Please like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. But on Instagram, especially at this point in our growth. Definitely have time to respond to people that leave comments and responses to any stories. So today we put up what you would change about these record predictions. We got quite a few responses. So again, shout out to all these people. We'll start with my guy Peyton. Peyton, shout out to you. Broncos will be the top seed in the playoffs. Number one seed in the AFC. Omar, what do you respond to that?
Yeah, I don't see it. Don't see it. Do not see it at all. I mean, maybe this guy sees it because he's got some like blinders on and looking at the. He's like the horse that you guys have like this outside your stadium. He's like that, just looking down the blinders of Broncos country.
Fair enough. It's a pretty bold claim. But I can see it. I mean, weird things happen in sports. That's why they play the game on Sundays, right? Whatever team that wins the AFC West is going to be a really good team this year. So you win the AFC West, you have a shot at winning the number one seed. The Bills, obviously having a much weaker division, have a lot more winnable games on their schedule. Ravens are obviously going to be up there as well.
Hey, don't forget about the Steelers going 9-8.
Yeah, the Steelers going 9-8 and missing the playoffs again. Speaking of the Steelers, your cousin Joel?
Yep.
Yeah, he responded to the post saying old ass Rodgers is going to whoop the Chargers' ass.
He's right about one of those parts in that sentence. Old ass Rodgers.
Yeah, he's sure right about that. 41, I believe.
I mean, I don't know if he's going to be done with his ayahuasca by then.
I don't like to wish injuries on anybody, and I'm definitely not wishing it. But if Aaron Rodgers makes it through the entire season, I'd be shocked.
I mean, they're paying T.J. Watt a lot of money, and just let him be the quarterback at this point. Just let him be the quarterback.
You might be better off, honestly. Aaron Rodgers is trash. He's washed. He was washed a couple years ago, and
then he's thrown just to DK Metcalf every play,
right?
Just like last year when he needed Adams, and once he got him, still wasn't winning.
Yeah, no, yep. Aaron Rodgers is done. Yeah, maybe the Steelers have their first losing season under Tomlin. So
definitely, I see that happening more than I see the Chargers not making the playoffs or not having a winning record.
Yeah. Let's see here. Back to story responses. Your Uncle Jay. He's
Uncle Jay?
Your Uncle. Your Uncle Jay. That's his handle. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Your Uncle Jay.
What's up, Unc?
Your Uncle Jay. Jay, shout out to you. Another Bronco fan.
No, what's up?
He says Broncos are only losing 3 games this year, so that would have them at what, 14-3?
So they're losing to the Chargers twice, and who else?
I don't know. The Eagles. So they win the division at 14-3, and they're the number 1 seed.
Yeah, because they're losing to the Chargers twice, just like last year.
I don't think so.
If I would have asked you this a year ago, you would have said the same thing.
For sure. No, I don't think that the Chargers won 4 games in a row against the Broncos. So,
just like you thought about that with the Raiders, but you kept betting Edgar.
It was 8.
You kept betting Edgar. So don't say won't happen, because it has happened.
It's definitely happened, and the Chiefs got 17. So the Broncos have had their fair share of losing streaks, but not seeing it this way. Your Uncle Jay, pretty bold, man. I like what you're saying, but 14-3, that's a pretty lofty goal.
I think you misspelled Chargers by spelling Broncos. Chargers going 13-3. That's believable.
No shot. Junior, shout out to Junior. Said the Broncos aren't good enough to be 12-5. Bo will take a step back. Wide receiver room is not great. We've talked about the Bo will take a step back narrative. It's a lazy take.
Denying it.
It's a lazy take.
You keep denying it.
Whatever anybody wants to bet that Bo is going to be better this year, I'll take that bet all day. Year 2 in Peyton's system, he's already a matured quarterback. He played a ton of college games. He understands The offense better. He's already talked about how now when he goes up to the line, he's going to be thinking about the defense, not what he needs to do on offense. The offensive line is the same exact as last year. They played really well last year. Running game is going to be much more improved. Wide receiver room is going to be better. Also, he has a tight end that he could throw to. So Bo Nix is not taking a step back next year. He's going to take another step forward. Statistically, he was right up there with Jaden Daniels last year, who won Rookie of the Year. Even a couple categories where he was better. Bo Nix is underrated. RG3 agrees with me, most underrated quarterback in the league, and he's going to take another step forward next year.
Says the Broncos fan.
Yes. Wide receiver room is not great. Sure, on paper, totally agree. But I believe in Sean Payton's ability to read a wide receiver room more than I do you, Junior. But love you. So shout out to you.
Go
ahead and ask
throw
him.
my little 2 cents on Junior's comment. Junior, I agree with you 100%.
Junior, banned from the pod. My boy Drew, it's not a debate. Broncos are going to have a winning season. You have a debate? Winning season?
Not much. I could go, but it wouldn't be much. It wouldn't be much more than like one game, maybe two, and that'd be pushing it below 500. I wouldn't see more than that.
I don't see the Broncos taking a 2-game step back this year either. I'm sure he's referring to Grant Gordon, where the Broncos are going 7-10, which is insane because the Broncos are going to lose 10 games next year. We'll go through the schedule again closer to the the season starting, but 10 losses. I can't find 10 losses on that schedule. So, Drew, you're right. It's not a debate. Broncos are going to have a winning record this year. They're not taking a step back in Bo Nix's second year.
We'll just have to wait and see, like Edgar says.
Yeah. Cool name here. Smoke a Blunt 44 Matt. Grant Gordon. What is he thinking? Agreed. Grant Gordon, again. Excuse me. Chiefs 13-4, Chargers 9-8, Broncos 7-10, Raiders 7-10. So possibly having the Broncos in fourth place. Chargers 9-8.
Probably third place.
Probably, but I don't know. Who knows? When you have the Broncos at 7-10, who knows what you're thinking?
Hey, everybody's still giving the Chiefs like, yes, they've won it. Yes, they've kicked our ass. Yes, but I feel like all of our teams got better. All of our teams got better, and they didn't. Yeah. They didn't get much better at all. If anything, they took a little bit of a step back. They're trying to figure out what they're doing on their offensive line. Their wide receivers last year that they took pretty highly in the draft didn't do much. They're hoping that they take a step forward. They're hoping that Kelsey doesn't take another step backwards.
Kelsey's washed.
So, I mean, he's still he's not what he used to be because maybe they're keying in on him more because they know that their receivers are trash. So, I think that if their defense doesn't play like a top 5 defense, then they're not gonna.
Which you can. They have a pretty solid defense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they don't play like that, and if they get tossed around a little bit, then I feel like all of our teams have a chance to
not the Raiders
to win. No, I mean the Raiders have a chance to push them a little bit. I don't think win.
No, not win the division.
Yeah, no. But I think we have a chance to win the division.
No,
like other teams have a better chance of beating them. I feel like if they're not going to be the juggernaut that they've been in the past couple of years.
This is kind of like the first year where it's not like a crazy hot take to say that the Chiefs aren't going to win the AFC West this year.
Because they didn't get better.
A lot of different people or national media guys are saying that
they just didn't
either
get
Chargers
better
or Broncos
for the
are
first
win.
time in years.
Yeah.
So.
Also, Kelsey's washed. It's not people zoning. It's not people zoning in on him. If you watch that tape from the Super Bowl, you might as well put Taylor Swift out there. He might as well set up in the box and have her go out there and play. He didn't do shit. He didn't put any effort in.
It's his hair. His long hair is weighing him down.
Man, he's washed. He's so washed. Travis Kelce, if you're listening, if you want me to take your spot next year, I'll gladly take your contract. It'd be hard giving up the seat on the Third and Thirsty podcast. I know it's a little bit bigger than what's theirs called? Something Heights, New Heights.
New Heights.
Yeah, I forget because Third and Thirsty podcast crushing it.
Yeah, because if Alex leaves, that means I have to do the intro. That means I have to practice a lot. I don't know.
You're also gonna have to edit the videos. I don't think Travis Kelce's gonna get in that edit booth. So, but I'll take that spot, and I'll do just as well. Here's another cool name. Tony Fart Nuggets. Tony Fart Nuggets. Another Bronco fan. Broncos 9-10 wins.
Bro, you keep getting all these Broncos fans keep talking shit about all the other teams. So all the Broncos fans come in and like loving all.
Hell
thanks,
yeah, man.
Thanks Broncos fans for loving our podcast. Big shout out.
Hell yeah.
That doesn't mean I like you.
We got more Raiders and stuff in the post. Tony, respectable take. Temper take. 9-10 wins. I think they'll do a little bit better than that. But at least we're not going crazy and saying they're all going to go undefeated. So, you know what? Good take, Tony Fart Nuggets.
Mr. Fart Nuggets, a little bit more respect for you. Mr. Fart Nuggets.
On the post, Caesar, he's a Raider fan, said the Raiders going to go 9-8. A little optimistic.
Yeah,
which
that's pushing it. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. That's a definite possibility next year after year building and another draft. Yeah.
Yeah, I responded in his post and pretty much laid out my case. Well, the Raiders, I think they'll be better. They'll be better than last year for sure. They won 4 games last year. 6-7 wins, I think, is pretty realistic.
I say 7, solid 7.
Yeah, I mean, we'll do our predictions again.
Yeah,
in a couple weeks, but I mean, 9-8, I guess wouldn't be crazy if a couple balls bounce their way. They win a couple of games and they're not supposed to win. Their secondary steps up and plays better than they're supposed to.
Yeah, we always say that division games are really hard no matter what. So that's true.
Yeah. Rojo De Niro. Hopefully the Chiefs fall off this year. I think we all agree with that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Maybe we can throw some of Edgar's juju about like the injuries. And
I'm not going to throw that out there.
No, not injuries, but like redirect that as like losses towards the Chiefs.
All right, fair enough.
I think we all can agree on that one.
Fair enough. Yeah, if the Broncos don't make the Super Bowl next year, as long as I don't have to watch the Chiefs in another fucking Super Bowl, if I don't have to see Taylor Swift in the box 40 times throughout the broadcast, I don't care who's playing. It could be the Jets, and
you won't have to worry about seeing the Chiefs there. It's going to be the Chargers that are going to be there.
Honestly, I'd be much happier about that than the Chargers. So we all agree. Chiefs fall off this year. It'd be fantastic.
This is the year that the Chiefs go down.
I think so, too. Daniel, no way the Raiders finish below 500 with Pete. I don't know about no way.
There's a lot of ways. A lot of ways.
Yeah, Pete Carroll's definitely going to make the team better.
Yeah.
But went back and looked at his career. When he started with Seattle in 2010, took 2 seasons of 7-9 to get to 11-5. So it's possible. I don't know. I don't remember what their roster looked like in 2010 with Seattle. The Raiders roster obviously is nothing to write home about, being ranked number 23 on ESPN's power rankings, but
just their defense is not great.
Yeah.
I mean, besides, like I said earlier, their defensive line is good, but behind them is just there's a lot of youth, a lot of uncertainty.
Unknowns,
a lot of uncertainty, unknowns. I feel like this year is going to bode well for their next year because you're going to have a lot of this youth get a lot of experience, bring another wave of youth. So I feel like next year the Raiders, as much as I hate to say this, next year the Raiders are going to be a little more harder to deal with. Hate to say it because I hate the Raiders, but
yeah, they have weapons on offense, especially if Gentry turns out to be the player that he should be. With Gentry and Bowers.
That's why I say the defense. The offense is okay. The offense can hang a little bit, but the defense is just not going to be there, I don't think.
No, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, the defense isn't quite there yet. Really tough division. Where I mean, you got 2 games against the Broncos, 2 games against the Chiefs, 2 games against the Chargers.
And like you just said, everybody's assuming that Genti's going to be a
Right.
really good one. There's also that other side that he may not be right away.
Yeah.
Might take him a year or two to get, you know, in the rhythm of things, in line with his blockers, in line with the scheme. It might take him a minute. Not everybody jumps in right away and is just a fit for the system.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, with 6 really tough games on the schedule, saying that they're going to win 3 is a stretch. So you're looking at least 4 or 5 losses just within the division, I think.
Definitely.
So it's going to be hard to get to 500, I think. We'll see. We'll see.
They do have a fourth place schedule.
They do have a 4th place schedule, so for sure
next
the easiest.
year they'll have the same fourth place schedule, and that will help.
They will.
Next year.
Yeah. They're rounding it out. Once a Raider live, he takes a shot at Marcus Grant. He bets Marcus Grant ain't taking no Raider best with his hating ass. Really good comment. I'm taking Raider best this year with Edgar again. I think we do $50 a game and then $50 for overall records. So I expect to be $150 richer at the end of the season, along with anything I win in fantasy sports, which, again, if you were in my fantasy league last year and you haven't paid me, the season's about to start. So
I paid. It wasn't me. If you haven't paid, don't make me say it. I'll say it next week if you haven't paid.
Yeah, we're naming names next week. Pay the man. I still like half the league haven't paid me yet.
Wow. I paid Chuck right as soon as I lost. I'm like, who do I pay? Where do I send my money?
Send it, man. You guys have my Venmo. But yeah, I'm taking Raider best this year for sure. Raiders they're going to be better, but I'll gladly take those bets against the Raiders. Yeah,
they'll put up a better fight, but they'll still lose.
Yeah. But thank you for leaving the comment. Again, anybody else that did, big shout out to you. Really appreciate it, especially since we're just getting our feet wet, getting this thing off the ground. Really cool that people we've never met before.
And I'm disappointed. I'm throwing all this Raiders and Broncos hate out with the Chargers love. I didn't get one single Chargers comment on this.
No,
Chargers fans.
No.
Come on.
Charger fans, leave comments, man. Make yourself known in this next episode that we do next week. But again, anyone that's leaving comments, really appreciate it. Love to hear from more Charger fans for sure.
Look, I'm out here with the powder blue shirt. I'm trying to get this whole thing going for us. Not the only one. There's a lot of us out there still trying to get us going. But yeah.
Oh, got it. Yeah. So again, shout out to you. Again, anyone listening on the YouTube feed, subscribe, like. Anyone on Spotify or Apple or anything like that. Again, if you found us and you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, please. Really appreciate that. Let's see here. Want to do some Raider hate talk?
Oh,
we got a few minutes left.
Oh, yes. Edgar's not here.
Edgar's not here to defend himself, so
he hasn't had anything to defend in the last couple of years, last 20 years, except for Max Crosby.
Yeah. Now we can talk shit, and we just won't feel bad that Edgar's here to take the front end of it. So where do you want to start? You want to start with the franchise as a whole?
The franchise quarterback? The franchise, the savior?
I mean, they've already said he's the quarterback of the future, and Geno Smith. Old as hell, older than my dad, Geno Smith.
He ain't right back when they said that. Yeah, it's crazy to think that all these Raider fans think that Geno Smith is the savior. Dude's about 35 years old, hasn't done anything in the league, maybe made the playoffs once. What has he done besides that?
I mean, he's a respectable quarterback. He's better than AFC or Gardner Minshew.
with
I'll give him that.
better weapons.
Yeah.
What does he have now?
Amari Cooper.
Jacoby Myers?
Jacoby. Yeah, excuse me. I was looking at Amari Cooper.
No, yeah, Jacoby Myers. That's all,
Jacoby
that's all he
Myers.
has.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Brock Bowers. I should say, what does he have?
Lead off with Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers is definitely the
That's
guy
it.
he has.
Jacoby Myers has had a year and a half of good play, which is good play. I'm not going to hate on Jacoby Myers because he's a good receiver. He's not a great receiver.
I'll hate on Jacoby Myers because he's your wide receiver 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not
crazy.
a great. That's what I was getting at.
If he's your
not
wide
a great
receiver 3, you're feeling pretty good, but
Even a wide receiver 2, you're feeling decent about.
sure.
Decent. But if he's your wide receiver 1, there's no way. Like, you really think Jacoby Myers is going to be your savior along with Gino? No.
No.
The only saviors you have right now is a hope of Genty and Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers is a for sure thing.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can say bad about Brock Bowers. He is a for sure can't miss talent.
His hairline sucks. Your hairline sucks, Brock Bowers.
That's the one thing you can't say about Brock Bowers. You're going bald, mother trucker.
Mother trucker. We're keeping it classy here on the Third and Thirsty podcast today. Yeah, when I think about the Raiders, it's not necessarily about their roster today, which sucks. There's lacking talent everywhere, especially on the defensive side. But being a Bronco fan growing up here in California, I used to always get shit for being a Bronco fan from Raider fans, not Charger fans, because there is none.
7-0.
Yeah, Omar is the third one I've ever met in my entire life. But yeah, a lot of back and forth with Raider fans growing up. And I always wanted to see the Broncos play in Oakland, but then I never did because I felt it might be a little too crazy to go up there and do that. A little intimidating with the...
You felt like you were going to get stabbed?
Yeah, I felt like I might get stabbed, shot, murdered. Yeah, with the black hole there. Never wanted to go to a Raiders game. Now it's a little different. I never want to go to a Raiders game now because it's way too damn expensive. It's ritzy as hell. They've lost all of their identity. They used to be
a toilet bowl.
Right, that too. But they've lost their identity, man. They used to be like intimidating on and off the field. The team was always at least decent, but if they weren't decent, they were dirty, and they would hit you hard, and you never wanted to play them. It's not the case anymore, especially again on the defensive side.
They're just dirty because they all get arrested now.
Fair enough. But yeah, the Raiders show themselves. It's embarrassing that they moved to Las Vegas. Can't justify going to a Raiders Broncos game anymore. I mean, sure, maybe could afford it, but do I want to spend $1,000 on 2 tickets? No.
Nope.
It's just like I don't want to spend the money on a first class ticket to go fly. That's what the Raiders are now. Embarrassing for a lot of different reasons. You have to pay a lot of money to go see a shitty team in a stadium with, I don't know, Elton John or Celine Dion playing the halftime show. Raider fans should be embarrassing themselves. Your take.
The black what now? Well,
Yeah,
the black
it's no longer the
burning
black
hole.
hole.
The
No.
burning hole because it's hot as hell out there in Vegas. I guess the burning hole. That black hole is. I feel like it's dead and gone.
For sure.
If you guys feel that I'm wrong and I can be 100%, come at me, bro. Come at me.
No, the black hole is replaced with luxury suites and luxury tables.
Yep.
With bottle service that costs thousands and thousands of dollars to sit at.
It's
far cry from what it was before when they were throwing batteries at other players.
Yeah, it's more of a high end. Like, look at me. I'm at the game. I'm on TV. It's like sitting front court at a Lakers game nowadays.
Right.
Same thing. You're just there. You don't know the game. You just want to be seen. But those front row tickets used to go to diehard fans. Decked out. That's what you used to be scared of to go to a Raiders fan.
I never would have went to a Bronco game in Oakland. Hell no. I never would have came back.
Yeah, I honestly was scared to go to a Chargers game up there.
Now my wallet is scared.
Yes. Yes.
Very, very afraid. Flights and hotel
going to-
and tickets.
Hey,
You'd spend a couple grand.
Even though the Raiders might take over the Chargers at SoFi,
Oh, they do.
as
Just like
far
any
as
team.
fans,
Yeah.
I'm not scared. Fuck that. Bring it on.
Oh, hell no. you
Bring
understand.
it on.
No.
You saw me at the game. Even when we were down, I was still talking shit until there's no way that we're gonna win this game. Once I like have that feeling, there's no way we're gonna win this game, then I might go get another beer and not come back. But
That's what I did. I disappeared when the Broncos lost.
Yep. And a little tidbit on that: my wife was asking if you were mad, and I said, "I hope he is.
I was.
I hope he's mad.
I was.
I hope he calls me tomorrow and was like, "Fuck you, you guys won. Still hate you."
No, I didn't do that. I went and lost money at blackjack table. So yeah, Raiders suck. We're coming up on an hour, so we're closing out. Anything else you want to add about the Raiders sucking?
Just that the Raiders suck really bad. Edgar, shout out to you.
Shout out to Edgar having his family vacation, man.
He's out in Hawaii.
Yeah. Shout out to all of Edgar's family as
Yep.
well, who happens to be our family too.
Yep. Hope you guys are having a good time out there. Edgar will be back unless he hates us for this segment. He will be back next week.
We'll have some
defending himself.
Raider representation next week.
There's no way that he can defend himself.
No.
It's just like he always says, we'll wait and see what happens this year.
We'll wait and see.
Yep.
So until next week, we'll get into some more training camp stuff.
Yep.
Now that we're in the swing of things. So
we're going to be getting, as the Chargers, we're going to be getting ready to get into our first preseason game. So,
Hall of Fame game.
like I said, I'm going to be excited to see that. Doesn't matter if I don't know any people on the team. I'm going to be sitting there with a beer in my hand, watching the game, some pizza, maybe.
I think
some
we all
beers.
will be. Yeah.
Hey, maybe we'll do a live take on people we don't know who's playing in that game.
That'd be fun. That would be fun. We're all excited. So, cheers. 200 days until Bo Nix wins his first Super Bowl.
Yeah, right. Cheers.